Hey, good afternoon, folks. Would-be harm. You know what? That was so funny. I'm just going to leave that in the video. I usually do one take anyway, so instead of saying would-be harmer, that was really good. I'm going to go with would-be farmer, and I am in Central Florida. Oh, this is great. And I saw somebody online today mentioning that health and politics are off topic in permaculture. And I thought, this took me back to a young student in permaculture making a statement in a class or a tour. I forget where I was. And she said, so then permaculture is about everything. And the instructor, the teacher, the facilitator said, yes, permaculture is about sustainable and regenerative living. It is a design system that incorporates ages-old indigenous knowledge, contemporary knowledge, and current appropriate new technology that enables us to live sustainably and regeneratively so we can have a nice place to live, so we can move from production to consumption, and so we can leave a better planet for our children and grandchildren. And she shook her head, and I was like, man, it's a revolution. Permaculture is about everything. And then I started studying more and more and more, and I went back to the co-authors of the first permaculture book. This would be Bill Mollison and David Holmgren. And I was reading, and they have a section in here on health where they're talking about what is optimum for a human diet. And this is Permaculture 1. This is 1978. So this is about as Genesis as you can get. This would be original, Permaculture 1. Not that all the concepts in permaculture came from David Holmgren and Bill Mollison. They did not. And they do give credit to indigenous peoples all over the world, Native Americans, Native Australians, Mayans, Aztecs, Incas, African tribes and peoples, Asia as well. They give credit. So they are not the inventors of all these concepts. But in 78, they put together the book Permaculture 1, putting all of this together to teach the world. So let me read. I'm going to read the bit about the end of Permaculture 1. And it's called A Final Statement. Again, this is 1978. The co-authors, David Holmgren, a college student, and Bill Mollison, a college professor. Page 95, Permaculture 1. As a final statement, we do not believe that a society can survive if it lacks values, direction, and ethics, and thus relinquishes control over its future destiny. This book is a contribution to the taking of such control. A contribution to the taking of such control. Some of the ultimate and obscene devices can be evolved in machine technologies bereft of value, as when President Ford approved the evolution of a nuclear device which kills living things but leaves property unhurt, using neutrino showers that pass through bricks and mortar and damage only living tissue. This is the sort of technology which, at enormous cost in human energy and skill, negates life. We must set our face against such insanity by working for the evolution of living systems that would outlaw such thoughts and objects, and use our energies in constructs that build compatible social organic systems. Permaculture and other humane technologies can be a local and global cooperative venture where no secrets, competition, or paranoia need exist, and the free interchange of energy, materials, and skills can be achieved. As in nature, so in society, we can let many varieties of behavior flower, but we must judge them from their yields, from their inherent stability, and their beneficial effects in interaction. A society that commands energy but has no ethics or goals is like a child with a machine gun, a potential danger to everyone and everything surrounding it. we say, let us give the child an education modeled on permaculture, something that needs and returns nurture. It is time to turn the ebbing tide of energy towards useful ends and develop a permaculture for the society of man and nature. We might borrow the motto of the University of Tasmania. And I'll probably butcher this. Ingenius patuit campus. The field lies open to intellect. It is our responsibility to the future not to leave a barren field. So that was Permaculture 1, 1978. The co-authors were Bill Mollison and David Holmgren. Now I'm going to go to the Permaculture, a Designer's Manual, which is 1988, published by Tagari Publications, and this is written by Bill Mollison. This is chapter 14.4, page 510. The title is Political Affiliations. There are two ways to ensure the political changes which will bring ecological changes. The first is to mobilize ground support in every electorate where a candidate of any party takes a stand on good ecology or against nuclear and polluting industry. And the second is to form a local ecological or green party or a bioregional group. This would be an easier task if all intentional groups affiliated and subscribed to a common policy. It is difficult for a small group to evolve a total policy in isolation, and a common policy statement sums up the skills of all groups. Common policy always leaves room for local issues, but gives strong principles for guidance in those issues. As well as a guiding ethic, the broad aims of such a party are, as stated in Planet Drum, P.O. Box 31251, San Francisco, California, 94131, USA, ecological, socially egalitarian, grassroots democratic, and non-growth. In Germany and other European countries, the Green Party has increasing support and representation with 23 federal and 48 state seats by 1983. The Green Party's address is Die Grünen, Bundestag, Bonn, West Germany. In the USA, International Green Party, 113 29th Street, Newport Beach, California, 92663. So, I am not here to put words in the authors, the co-authors of Permaculture, in their mouths. But these are their books. These are involved in the permaculture movement. And they made statements, they made political statements concerning ethics, considering who one might follow for ecological movements, for good ecology, is what Bill Mollison says. So when someone says that politics is an off-topic area for permaculture, just that statement is false. Now, I'm guessing Mollison's dead, and I've never met Holmgren, but I'm guessing if you were to talk to either one of those gentlemen, they would echo something very similar to what was written in 1988 in the Designer's Manual. Get behind a candidate in any party that has good ecology. Get behind a candidate that is going to have the ethics of permaculture. Earth care, people care, and what has become to be being abbreviated fair share, which started out as a longer version limiting population and consumption. So when someone says politics has nothing to do with permaculture, I think that's what they want to believe, and I think that makes it easier because politics is polarizing and it pushes people into anger. But if we can't have these difficult conversations over sensitive topics, I think maybe permaculture may not be for us. But that's my take. And again, I tried to read right from these books to share this information. I hope you can take something with this and share this as well. Thanks.